A cover letter is a written document submitted with a job application explaining the applicant's credential and the interest in an open position. Hello viewers, today we are going to discuss about the cover letter, the preparation of the cover letter, planning of your cover letter, do's and the don'ts of cover letters, structure of the cover letters, and an example of the format of cover letter. Before starting our lecture, I would like to ask you people to subscribe my channel, to click on the bell icon, like this video, and don't forget to post your feedback in the comment section. Thank you so much. While preparing a cover letter, you have to just follow the 4 basic steps. The first one step is you need to just make a rough draft. Whenever you are going to write your first draft, it is known as rough draft. You have to just make your rough draft of cover letter. And the second point is just go and tally all the information with the advertisement. Whether you have missed a single point that is really very important and it's required in your cover letter. So the third point is always use the simple language and without mistakes. You don't need to create an ambiguity. The fourth step is there must not be any language mistake, not a grammatical mistake, not a structure or syntactical mistake, because you are going to write a formal language and a formal language must not be mistakenly written. While writing a cover letter, while preparing a cover letter, you have to follow some of the steps. These steps are known as the do's of cover letter. The first one point in the do's of cover letter is you have to mention your address completely. You don't need to skip any information that is really required in the cover letter. For an example, your name must be complete. Your contact information, not only your postal address, you have to mention your personal address too. You have to mention the personal plus postal address along with the marital status, whether you are married or just a single body. The second point is you need to use the concise language. Don't write just like as an essay. Describe briefly. You are just writing a formal way. In a formal way, you have to use language in a concise manner, but never ever compromise on the information that is really required. But you must be brief. You don't need to explain each and everything within a detailed form or in 1,000 words. The third one point is address properly. When you when you are sending, you have to address properly your respondents, your reader. For an example, if I am sending a cover letter to an organization, I will mention ma'am or sir, etc. like as. And at the fourth point, you have to remain positive. Be positive, don't be negative. At the fifth point, you have to just mention honors and the distinction. For example, if I am a gold medalist, I will mention that I am a gold medalist and I am gold medalist in BS English Linguistics and Literature or in an MPhil English Linguistics and Literature. Whether what is your domain, you have to just mention your honors, and it will really create a distinction with other fellows. The sixth one point is co-curriculum activities. Always mention your co-curriculum activity. You are not just a bookworm. You have to just mention your other capabilities too. There are some of the steps while writing the cover letter you don't need to follow. Always try to avoid these steps. The first one step is don't be over enthusiastic, over excited. Just always be realistic and be positive. You don't need to be just overconfident, over enthusiastic and over excited. Don't add personal histories. They are not interested in your personal history. You have to just mention the information as is required in the job advertisement. You don't need to put your personal histories, your the story of your ancestors, the stories, whatever you are going to mention. These are not required in the job advertisement. They are not going to read all these stories. Don't sell yourself. You don't need to beg a job. You don't need to sell yourself. Just be confident enough that they are going to give you a job. References which are having which doesn't have any proper bearing, don't add them. Don't mention the personal links. For example, you are going to mention the prime minister. Prime minister is just my class fellow. Or for example, if somebody is already working in that organization, and you are just going to mention him, he is my uncle, he is my father. Don't don't ever mention personally. You have to just believe on your capability, your educational background. You have to just believe on yourself and ever remain positive. While planning of your cover letter, while writing a cover letter, you have to know about the two basic steps. The first one step is know your exact responsibilities. You have to just go through all the information that is required in the advertisement and all the points that has been discussed in the advertisement. You must be really responsible, and you just know about your responsibility that you are going to be followed after joining the job. The second one point is knowledge of your exact position that you are going to apply for. You must be really aware of your position that you are going to mention in your cover letter. Structure of cover letter. The structure of cover letter has been divided into the three basic parts. The first one is beginning, the second one is middle, and the third one is closing point. The beginning or the first paragraph contains a brief introduction. The brief introduction, and also that why you are writing this cover letter. You have to just mention the reason of writing a cover letter in your first paragraph or in the beginning. And also you need to mention the post that you are going to apply for. The post name or the post code is mentioned in the advertisement where you have come to know about this post. The second point is middle or the second paragraph. That is really very important for the impression of the candidates, because you have to mention all the information and all the experiences related to job in this position. The position is middle or the body paragraph. The third paragraph of the structure of cover letters is ending or closing. The third paragraph contains a positive note. You have to end your cover letter confidently and hopefully with a positive message.